When someone tells you to take a deep breath, what do you think of? Is it something like this? If that's the case, this video is for you because we are talking about the ideal deep breath. What is up, everyone? My name is PhysioJoe, and today we are talking about the ideal cues to think about when we talk about the deep breath. Before we get into the video, I want you to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, share this with a friend who you think could benefit from a little deep breathing. Put them in the comments below. Let's help everyone stay calm, stay stress-free as we navigate through these crazy times. So we are jumping right into it. When I think about the deep breath, I like to break it down into 3 things: the inhale, the exhale, and our cadence. Let's get into all 3. So the first one here is our inhale. So this is breathing in to our body. Now, when it comes to a deep inhale, we are talking about the diaphragm. That's that big breathing muscle right in the center of our rib cage. As this muscle contracts, it goes from this to this, allowing us to take breath into our lungs. How that's going to look on the outside is noticing your belly and your lower rib cage expanding when you initiate your inhale. You don't start here and breathe in from here second. We have to breathe down and in first, and then the breath naturally comes up the rest of the rib cage as the inhale deepens. And that shows up in sports, and when you're huffing and puffing for air, you definitely notice the chest starting to help. But with deep inhales, we are thinking down into the belly, feeling that whole rib cage expand. Number 2, the exhale. So the exhale, or our breath out, is all about long and slow. Number 2, the exhale. So the exhale, or our breath out, is all about long and slow. And we are thinking about rib cage deflation. So in this phase of our breath, the diaphragm, which started like this, inhale, went to this, exhale, the muscle relaxes, and the rib cage comes back inwards. And I'm serious about the longer exhale. I sometimes like to play the game of how long can I make my exhale before I need to even take in my next inhale. Slow, long exhales are paired with our parasympathetic nervous system, which is the nervous system that helps us rest and relax. So learning how to channel that exhale, making it as long as possible, you're going to be doing your part in that deep breath that everyone talks about. Part 3, we have the cadence. So by cadence, I mean, how long you should be breathing in and how long you should be breathing out, the sequence of our breath, and things like that. So with our inhale, as I mentioned, we are breathing down into the belly, feeling this rise first. We are thinking about the heart line of our rib cage expanding second, and then our upper area expanding third. And on the exhale, we are thinking about that slow, long release of this air, keeping your inflation here, trying to release the air from here first, trying to release the air from here second, and then trying to release the air from here third. I like to think, if you can, the ideal is about 5 seconds in and 5 to 7 seconds out. So here's some PhysioJoe clinical pearls regarding breath. From a life and death standpoint, breathing in and breathing out will keep us alive. We know that. Everyone is here today. If you're watching this video, you have been doing an excellent job of breathing in and breathing out because you are living. Now, when it comes to chronic health and chronic illness prevention, how you breathe in and how you breathe out become ever so much more important. People that have chronic pain in certain areas tend to have an inability to get airflow into that zone of the body. So someone with right side low back pain might have trouble with that expansion over here. Someone with left side shoulder pain might have expansion or deflation problems over here. So learning to tune in with your breath, you can start to search and you can start to feel certain zones of deficiency, and learning how to use breath to work on those areas is kind of like healing from the inside out. You know, when we do stretches and strengthening exercises, we are healing from the outside in. So usually the combination of the two, outside in healing, inside out healing with the breath, we usually find the solutions that we're looking for when it comes to chronic pain. As you get older, you know, I tend to see or treat a wide variety of demographics. So younger kids and all the way up to some older adults. And I always, one thing I notice about older individuals, a lot of the times they their chest becomes wider and wider, barrel chested as they get older. And I didn't really clue into it for the longest time, but eventually, you know, we think about breath and how we do this 25,000 times a day, 365 days a year, over, you know, hopefully you get 80 years of your life at least. And the pattern at which we do this can really have an impact on how you age and progress in life. So for those people that have this barrel chest and overinflated looking chest, you have to think about, what if they had a cadence of breathing that was, you know, 4 seconds of inhale and only 3 seconds of exhale. You do that over 40, 50, 60 years, you pattern into inflation because your inhale is longer than your exhale, and you do this repetitively, you're gonna pattern into this inflation. So, and then eventually you get to a point where you're so inflated that no longer your arms can't reach up anymore, and you get kind of this bilateral shoulder pain. Well, it's because you don't know how to deflate, you don't know how to exhale, you don't know how to keep that exhale long and slow. And sometimes starting to put in the effort to pay attention to your breath can just age you well and progress you in the right direction. Okay, so there you have it. Those are the 3 cues I think about when people tell you take a deep breath. It's not simply, if that's still your takeaway from this video, you gotta rewatch that video. Thank you guys for your time. All the best. Share this with a friend. Let's help each other move well, stay well, and be a little bit more proactive about our preventative health and wellness. PhysioJoe out.